All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for it, guys. The Blake character short trailer thing. For
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
When has it been since we've had our RWBY hype levels this high? Like, was it the Weiss character short trailer, or was it even before that? Like,
I would
the
say
finale.
I would say either the finale or somewhere around This Life Is Mine.
Yeah, to an extent, I feel like it has to be something like the soundtrack or something like that, because Blake's character short seems to be something more than just a backstory thing. It seems to be like relevant info for now and also the future of what we're going into for Volume 5. So
Blake's stories always have been a bit more plot relevant.
They have been. But specifically now that Volume 5 has everything kind of converging, there's the potential for them to set up actual plot lines sort of
right here
in this short. So let's get into it.
So much detail.
Oh my gosh, you're right. The visuals are constantly getting better. I love the lighting. Mm-hmm. Hey, Blake. Being all nonchalant there. I think they added a few character models also for the Faunus.
Yeah, like that kid Faunus that there was.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you something?
One with the tail. Oh.
Sure.
Little flashback.
Why'd you join the White Fang?
Ooh, Ilia.
Same reason as you.
But
why fight when I pass for human?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. If Ilya's a chameleon...
You're not the first person to ask. I know I look just like any other human girl. And for years, that's how I was raised. We lived in Mantle with the other Faunus working in mines.
They have all this data now.
My parents wanted something better for me. They managed to enroll me in an Atlas prep school.
That is a cool shot.
Yeah.
Imagine that. A little Faunus girl from Mantle going to the City of Dreams.
Oh, this is so
Felt
cool.
like a princess.
It's multi-layered storytelling.
But I had to follow a set of rules.
Yep.
Wow.
No bringing friends home, no talking about my parents, and absolutely, under no circumstances, was I allowed to change colors.
Wow.
No one could know I was a Faunus.
Wow, that's rough.
that sounds terrible.
It wasn't. It was confusing at first, but it wasn't hard. Especially if it meant being an Atlas.
But not everyone
Sometimes
can
the
do
other
that.
girls would say things about the Faunus. That they were animals, that they were dirty, or they lied, and I'd say those things with them. Because I felt like I was one of them. And then, one day, there was a cave-in at the mines. I was at school when the news broke. Apparently, one of the workers tripped while handling some agitated dust crystals. The explosion caused a chain reaction. And my friends snickered.
Wow. Of course, they have to move like monkeys, you know, on all fours.
Yep.
I lost control. Every inch of me turned blue as I wept. And suddenly, all the girls that I'd laughed and played with were scared of me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I broke their teeth.
Okay. Nice.
What happened?
He got away. I'm sorry.
Interesting. Oh, that's some good lighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Monty. Oh, Monty tribute. Oh, it's so soon. Oh man. Oh, this is new music.
Wait, is it?
Oh, the
yeah.
soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
The soundtrack. All right, that was cool.
That was
So
cool.
We get like a less hype trailer and more of a character study trailer.
I was surprised because that didn't feel like a trailer.
No, it didn't.
That felt like something that would
mini
go,
story.
Yeah, a mini story that would go
Yeah.
into an episode. So, here's my question.
Yeah.
Are they going to be using this as something that they're assuming everyone has already seen?
Yes, absolutely. I don't think it would make sense for them to reuse the footage later on.
No,
in
absolutely
Volume 5.
not. But you know how with, say, like Blake's first trailer, right? Mm-hmm. That's what introduced Adam.
Right.
But they still foreshadowed Adam in the show as if, so that if you hadn't seen the trailers, you weren't.
No,
weren't
those are
any worse
more
off.
important. Those are more important than this trailer. But this one I would say is still important because
For
it's
sure,
setting
yeah.
up future conflicts with Ilia and Blake.
Right. And also between Blake and Sun. Like, that.
Yes, that is true. There is a side of Blake that is still connected to the White Fang, and that
Right.
she has friendships, relationships with people that go beyond faction allegiances and stuff.
And I really hope that they their focus for that is how Blake is still connected to it, and sort of that struggle within her of going after the people that she once called, her comrades and brothers. And
Which is mirrored with what Ilia was talking about, with how she saw how
Exactly.
quickly her friends in Mantle/Atlas at the time were treating people who were had misfortune, and those friends quickly became essentially enemies.
Right. And one of the things they've established is that Atlas, a lot of the work that goes on up there is with Faunus labor.
Yes.
So even though they didn't say that the people that were in that accident were Faunus, a lot of them probably were.
Yep. Well caught, Jacob.
And now I hope that the drama that they're setting up with this is not going to be focused on melodrama between Blake and Sun. Because it seems like I get that Sun and Blake are very different kinds of people. Blake is very withdrawn, she's very introverted, and for someone like Sun, who's boisterous and all that stuff, it can cause conflict. But
morning and night.
Yes, there are so many puns that can be made between those two. But I really hope that they make it real conflict,
collaborative,
not petty.
But the point would be that they don't regress again.
Exactly.
With where they brought Sun and Blake to a mutual understanding.
Exactly.
By the end of Volume 4, because Blake's character progression has been reactive, which is not bad, but it's been something we've done already, like 3 times. So let's have a more proactive Blake character development. Where Sun, if anything, is struggling to keep up with her.
Yes, that would be awesome. I would love that, because they've done so much good setup for Blake and Sun, especially in Volume 4. Volume 5, I feel like, is where they need to capitalize on it and make it just have a crescendo with it, and not that it has to be some big climactic ending of something.
And it's more focused on Blake also as well.
Exactly.
Sun's kind of her sidekick right now.
Yeah,
which I think is good, because as a sidekick character, he should be supportive. He should be enthusiastic.
Exactly. Yeah,
he should be excited, which he is. And he's useful,
right?
But the climactic buildup of development, I don't think, is about Sun and Blake. I think it's about Blake.
No, it's going to be about Blake. Yeah,
because there's a bunch of characters connected to Blake that are all going to be coming into the fray here. We have Team RWBY, of course. We have the
Illya and Adam.
Those two as well. But we have also the remaining members of Team Juniper.
Yep.
And we also have her family, but we also have characters that are remnants of Beacon that will be coming here to kind of, I would say, kind of have that convergence of plot lines so that we can move things along quite quickly.
Now, here's a question. Would you say that it would be a bit too greedy to be hoping that they give Sun some independent development at this point in the show?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I would say Sun's development there will be some, but it won't be independent.
Right, and that's
a very good distinction to make, because Sun's development needs to be along the lines with his role as being a Faunus that doesn't support the White Fang, but also is not happy with the way Faunus are being treated.
Right, because so far up till this point, we've seen him as a happy-go-lucky, carefree, it doesn't really matter what kind of injustices happen to other people.
No, that's not true. That's not Sun's character at all.
No, I'm not saying to an extreme, but he doesn't especially get involved in distant troubles, right? He's very present.
But he doesn't get involved in present troubles.
Yeah, he does get involved in present troubles.
Right.
But
absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so what this trailer means, and my kind of extrapolating data from it, is that Blake and Ilia spent a lot of time together when they were in the White Fang.
Yes.
That was them in the forest through which Adam and Blake eventually ended up doing their little train robbery, but also where the White Fang hideout near Beacon and Vale was. So with their setting up that relationship as being something to where they spent a lot of time together, we're getting at least some of that inferred here.
Right.
So that when they have their conflict and drama later in Volume 5, we have some added context specifically around Illya, which gives me the vibe that Ilya's character is going to be the one that actually comes to Blake's side at some point.
Okay.
They're not going to stay at odds forever.
Now, that potentially, I can see that happening. One of the things that I was very happy with how they did this trailer is that, so with the relationship like they hinted at in Volume 4 between Blake and Illya,
right?
You can't just like retroactively say that there was this huge relationship that we've never heard of before.
Right.
And they have a lot of work cut out for them in order to make us really care about that relationship as much as Blake does and as much as Illya does.
Correct.
So the fact that they had two parallel stories being told, both regarding Blake's relationship with Illya as the focal point, I say is great, because they're going to need to give that a lot of time.
It's efficient, yeah.
Yeah.
They're using their time effectively.
Exactly, because RWBY it moves at a clip pace.
Very clip pace. Guys, we think about it, when we get Volume 5, we're only going to get like 12 episodes, and on average, those episodes will be around 15 minutes. So it's not a lot of time if you, if you think about it.
No, that's like 8 episodes of anime.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so with this being said, I feel like if I had to put this one, I know this is something I shouldn't necessarily do, but if I had to put this one right next to the Weiss character short, there's an element actually where I like the Weiss character short more, because what this one did was it emphasized kind of the short aspect of this rather than actually giving me more insight into Blake. It focused more on just an independent short story trailer.
Right.
Kind of like how the RWBY character short was, where we got a fight with a little bit of dialogue. This one was way better in my opinion than the RWBY one. But because we actually got story involved with it. But I would have preferred to hear a little bit more from Blake's side.
Yeah.
Because this felt like an Illya character short trailer.
And here's the thing. Trailers are not meant to convey story. Yes. They're meant to build hype, and they're meant to elicit emotions.
But this isn't a trailer. This isn't just a trailer. It's a short trailer.
Right.
It's a character short trailer specifically.
Right. So since it's an already established show, right? It makes sense for them to have story elements in there.
Absolutely.
But it did feel like it was a lot more about Illya than about Blake, and while that's great, I'm very happy for there to be a new character in the White Fang, other than Adam McAngst.
Yep.
It felt like it didn't necessarily need to be here.
Sure. Okay, so here's one way that I'm gonna give a little bit of critique to this trailer, is that we decided to have the section where they were chasing down someone in the White Fang that they got from Ilya's scroll.
Yeah.
So they have all this data, so they're basically tracking them down. We know, essentially, we can infer why they're doing this, but we don't get anything really about what Blake is going through in this. Up until the very end, we get kind of a hint at some idea of what she's feeling or thinking, with her essentially letting them go.
Yeah, but even then, it felt like too little. That's so. If you compare the two between like the Blake short and the Weiss short, the Blake short is technically better, right? From a technical standpoint.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the visuals, the music, all that stuff, and it had story in there. It was better. But the thing is, the Weiss short showed us more of who Weiss was.
Yes.
And that kind of trumps everything else.
It kind of does. Because when we go in here, we're expecting, yes, we're going to get some stuff about
exactly.
Blake. And that's fantastic. And Blake is just one of our, like, hopeful characters where she's not our favorite, but we are really excited to see where she can go. Because
there are so many things they can do with their character.
So many things. In fact, she's probably the character that always has had that infinitely high potential. Yeah. And this trailer felt like it was focusing on something that we didn't really need the focus on. We're happy we got the focus on this.
It was very well done.
Because we can tell that since they're prioritizing this, Ilya is going to be important in Volume 5.
Which means Blake is going to get some awesome moments.
Yes, exactly. Which also means Blake's arc in particular is so important in Volume 5 that they needed to give a side character within her arc extra context.
Yes.
Which is something that I don't think they've ever done with any character's arc, really.
Yeah,
in
the closest.
RWBY,
The closest you could even get to something like that would be RWBY making an appearance in Yang's first trailer.
Right.
But even then, that was just an appearance.
Yeah, that doesn't really count. Yeah, it just doesn't.
Does not compare.
So with this one, I'm really excited to see how Yang's goes, because with this we can get the idea that if Weiss was kind of about the action, and Blake's was kind of about the story and the tension there, I think Yang's is going to be about the raw emotion.
Okay, All right. Here's my prediction for Yang's trailer. All right. So, Weiss's was about the past.
Yes.
Blake's was about the present.
Yang's is about the future.
Well, not quite.
Not quite? Okay.
Because they can't actually have it be about the future, right?
Well, actually,
but here's a way that they could. What if the entire trailer
is a dream?
Is a dream. Is one of her PTSD dreams.
No, not necessarily a PTSD dream. Just it could be a dream, but it has elements of it where she's, it's not great.
My prediction is that it's going to be a dream, and that more likely than not, Adam is going to be in said dream.
That would be very cool. I think that what the fandom really wants is what they're going to be giving in this Yang trailer. They basically realized, okay, we had limited screen time, so we are delaying a little bit of Yang's development with this, and that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you bring it back up again, that's great. This would be a great way for them to reintroduce the fact that, hey, we didn't forget.
Nope.
Yang's development is still happening.
Because especially when you have something happen like what happened to Yang, you don't get over that. There's no 180-degree turn.
Yeah, there's no guarantees that this is what they have to do. I think this is just something that makes sense for them to do.
If they don't do it, not that I will say that it's bad or anything like that, because they could have it be something else and have it be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But it would be something where I would feel like they missed a punch, no pun intended.
Right.
Because they could make it so good.
Okay, so that's the Yang trailer, and that's not coming out for at least another, I don't know, 4 weeks or so. So with this trailer, we saw a huge technical upgrade from a lot of their visuals. And I want to say with lighting and character models and then
shadows.
Shadows as well. Well, that's lighting, Jacob.
No, I know, but
I know, I got the pun. Yeah, it's pretty clever. I want to say that there was a slight bit of an animation bump with some of the character models in particular. I want to say Blake, in the past, there was some good stuff with the emoting on her face that was really good. I could have maybe seen like a little bit more opportunity for. I think they're going with that with her character for Ilia, and that she didn't emote as much when she turned red, because it's showing that that's the anger.
That is her emoting.
But that is not only her emoting, but that she doesn't emote as much when she thinks it back to the acts of physical violence that she inflicted upon those that deserved it.
Meaning
that's a little aspect of her personality that's kind of inferred by the lack of emoting.
A bit colder.
A bit colder.
Right.
Which is interesting because her character having the most easily displayed emotions via her fondness trait gives us, maybe a little bit, give us a little bit more insight to that her character, hides a lot more.
Right. And that is a great contradiction.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fantastic contradiction.
And characters with contradictions are compelling.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, this was a great trailer. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to maybe a little bit more on the immediate Team RWBY character side of the trailers with the Yang one that's coming up. But other than that, I mean, we got what we wanted, and it was a longer trailer than
it was quite a bit longer. It was fantastic.
All right, guys, we'll see you again next time. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob,
and we'll see you all next time.